this tutorial, I'm going to be going over the thumbnails widget. The thumbnails widget is an easy way to add multiple pictures into an elegant grid of thumbnails. You can see it's down here at the very bottom. When you create a thumbnails widget, it's going to want you to add the pictures individually. You can add a title and a subtitle here. And in order to add an image, you would simply click Add a New Element. When you do that, it'll take you to that new thumbnail. You can see that there's a space here reserved for it, and you would simply add your image. You can drag and drop or use the browse, or you can use our global media library full of a bunch of free pictures. So let's go ahead and just use our media library just to see how this works. If you add a title, what this will do is this will create a title and a subtitle within the thumbnail. When a user clicks on it, it'll show the full picture plus the title on top and the subtitle below that. Down here is the SEO, the open graph, and the URL, which has gone over in a separate tutorial. Once you're done with this particular picture and element, you would just simply make sure everything's saved and then go back to the main thumbnails. That can be accessed either on the top menu here or simply click the back button down here. When you go back, you'll see that new element has been created and it's given the title that you choose. Let's go ahead and add another one. And let's keep it circular to keep everything uniform. If you decide not to add a title and a subtitle, it'll just show just the picture when you click on it, and it'll automatically create a name for you when you go back to the thumbnails. So when you go back, you can see it has auto-generated a name for you, and you can see them now both aligned right here. So let's go ahead and add a few more so you can see what it looks like with a full board full of thumbnails. And let's keep all the pictures circular just to keep everything looking nice. Now you see here, it just creates each picture that I created automatically adds it. If you want to organize your thumbnails into different grids, you can determine the number of columns in mobile. So if you want just one column, you can go ahead and keep everything all in one line. You can see now it made everything a bit bigger and aligned in one column. You can separate the different desktop versus mobile columns. So now when we create 4 columns, you can see it just added all 4 of them in a row now. For additional options, you can require users be logged in order to actually view the thumbnails, and whether or not these pictures are visible on mobile only or on desktop only. And the additional styles are just like all the other widgets. You can determine the space that it takes up on the desktop, as well as custom widget class if you know any CSS. And you can determine the background style. So if you want to go ahead and give this just like a solid color for a background, it's a very simple matter of updating that and saving it. And you can see it has now created a background. And that is the thumbnails widget.